jumped out to a fast start, got up 15-0. What was working so well in that opening stretch?
I think we just came out with a lot of energy. We was pretty dialed in to come out the gates. We got a little lackluster because of the score going into the first media, and they capitalized on it and made it a game. So very much some self-error with all that, but we just did what we were supposed to do when we first came out.
At the same time, didn't seem like there was any panic. I guess just how big is that this group can kind of weather that kind of success and then the other way and still find a way to come out on top?
Yeah, I think that's huge. I think that's something that we haven't really had a whole lot of in the past, but this year we got a lot more maturity on this team and composure in times like that of adversity, and we just, we do a lot better job of staying connected during those times and when other teams go on runs. So yeah.
Sam, when they went to the zone, you were able to find a lot of that was where you made your money tonight. It seemed like. What did you see out there, and just were you active in the huddle, saying, "Hey, give me the ball, I'm open," and things like that?
Not necessarily, but I mean, I love zones. I always have loved zones. When my eyes get big when I see a team go to a zone, it's like a personal challenge for me to get the team out of the zone, whether I'm hitting shots in the middle or hitting a big man on a dump off or getting the ball in the middle, kicking it out to shooter. So they stayed in it. It worked for a little bit in the first half, and then they ended up getting out of it in the second half.
It was obviously very close at halftime. You all had a 2-point lead going in the locker room. But considering the fact that you were up 15 and then they closed it at the end of the half, was there a different vibe in the locker room, or what was the coach's message like at halftime?
He was just telling us to stay connected and stay with it. We knew what we were capable of in the second half. They made their run, we made our run, and so at the end of the day, it's a game of runs. But we knew we couldn't just walk out there and just beat these guys. We had to come out there to play. So we just dialed in the second half and got it done.
Sam, you scored the last 4 points of the first half and the first 4 points of the second half, and then had a couple more baskets early. Was that a concerted effort to get you the ball? Did you feel like Billy said, the zone was working in your favor, or just what worked there into the first half, start of the second half for you?
I think it's kind of the middle of the first half. My first few touches in the zone, I missed a couple bunnies. Me and Keon didn't connect on a couple of dump offs, and I think I lost a little bit of aggressiveness in that zone for a little bit. That's why they stuck with the zone, so it was working. And then in the second half, like I said, we were able to make some plays in that zone and get them out of it.
Zurich Phelps obviously is a huge part of what you guys do, but he went about 30 minutes without scoring tonight. Was that something that was discussed at all, like in timeouts, that the rest of you needed to pick up for him?
The zone that we was playing kind of took him away from the ball. I noticed it personally early that he wasn't getting a lot of touches. I could see that, but Sam had it going. So I told him in halftime that we was going to have to play through Sam and the big. So he's a team player. He knew what. It wasn't his night tonight, but he stayed focused and made some big plays down the stretch for us that we really needed.
You mentioned that your eyes get big when you see a zone. You also played a team that started one guy who's 6'7" and nobody else over 6'5". When you see a team where you have a size advantage like that, do you have the same sort of reaction?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like that's one area we didn't really expose, for them tonight. I think in the front court we could have been a lot better, finishing around the rim, being physical around the rim. Just a couple of plays that we'd like to have back. But yeah, it's definitely the same mentality. I mean, really with anybody, but definitely with a smaller team, we definitely have an advantage on the glass and around the rim.
Free throws against ECU were solid tonight, 22 of 25. Is that just one of those things where you look back to Memphis and just something you just got to keep working on to try and kind of break through on?
Yeah, we know we lost a lot of games at the free throw line. We made a big point of emphasis to improve on. We've just been showing our hard work in that area.
Sam, you go 17 and 12 tonight. Where would you rank this among your more complete performances this year?
I don't know. I mean, it was definitely a good performance. First and foremost, I'm happy about the win. Anytime you get a win in conference play, you got to be happy about it. It was definitely a hard-fought game and wasn't our best game, but we'd rather learn from a bad win than a bad loss. So, feel like, you know, it's definitely one of my better games of the year, but, you know, that's not really what I'm worried about. You know, we got the win. That's all I'm excited about.
I guess, I mean, you know, since kind of mid-December, you guys are on a nice little run with just the Memphis loss on the last second three. Just what's kind of the focus and attitude of this team right now as the wins kind of keep stacking up? And like you said, sometimes it looks prettier than other times, but you guys are finding ways to win.
We've just been treating every single game like a playoff game in conference. We know this conference is a tough competition night in and night out, so we approach every game like it's our last.